Hey, hello there. In this guide, I'm going to tell you about top 10 places to visit in Varkala that are on everyone's itinerary. Additional 14 places you can visit if you have time. The best cafes you should eat at, budget properties, bike rentals, tentative budget for the trip, and some important frequently asked questions. If you're new to our channel, I am Saransh and this is our explainer. Varkala is a coastal town in the district of Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. In order to reach Varkala, you will find easy access from road, rail or air. Varkala has a railway station which is about 4 kilometers from the main Varkala beach. Nearest airport is in Thiruvananthapuram city which is about 40 kilometers from Varkala. Direct buses from major cities like Bangalore, Kochi, Coimbatore and Trivandrum are available. Driving your own vehicle to Varkala is also an option. The spectacular views along the coastal route makes for a good road trip. And when it comes to places to visit, Varkala is a paradise and let me show you why. I'm going to list a total of 24 places and going to divide them in two categories. First, most popular places to visit or activities to do that are there on everyone's itinerary. And second, places that are just as good or interesting and you can visit if you have more time. Starting with the 10 most popular places. The first one is Varkala Beach. A part of it is also known as Papasnanam Beach. It is famous for its dramatic red cliffs and stunning sunsets. During the season, which is mid-October to February, you can enjoy water sports as well. Second, the star of the show, Varkala Cliff. It runs along the coastline of most of the Varkala's beaches. You can choose to sit at the endless cafes, shop at the flea market, take a walk or just soak in the amazingly pleasing views. Generally speaking, north side of the cliff is lively and full of hustle and bustle, whereas the south side is more quiet and peaceful. Next on the list is Sri Janardhan Swami Temple. This ancient temple dedicated to Lord Vishnu is believed to be 2000 years old. Temple's intricate carvings and a serene ambience attracts tourists and devotees alike. Fourth on the list is Sivagiri Mutt, which is a pilgrimage center founded by the social reformer Sri Narayan Guru. The mutt is supposed to be a place for spiritual reflection and inspires visitors to lead a life of purity and service. Next is the Jatayu Earth Center, boasting the world's largest bird sculpture. You can also enjoy some great views from the top. You have two options to get to the top. First is using the walkway, which is a 1 kilometer hike. Combined ticket for sculpture visit and walkway will cost you Rs 325. Second option is the cable car ride, where the sculpture visit and cable car ticket combined will cost you Rs 555. Other than that, they have made a mini arcade and eateries as well on the premises. Sixth on the list is Kapil Beach, a beach where the backwaters meet the sea, creating a unique landscape. It is one of the more popular beaches in Varkala. A lot of the surfing schools organize their surfing sessions here. You can contact Surf on a Sub if you want to do kayaking or stand-up paddling in the backwaters. This brings me to the most popular activity in Varkala, surfing. Depending on the waves and weather, surfing happens on either Varkala main beach, Idava beach or the Kapil beach. You can opt for surfing lessons or board rentals. Do note, for the board rentals, you will have to take one full session before they are convinced that they can rent you the board next day. Most of these surf clubs offer a pick and drop service as well from your stay. Now, I did an extensive research to find the best surfing schools in Varkala and you can go with any of these. It will cost you about Rs 1500. We personally did it with Mahalo Surf School and loved our experience. Next is Mangrove Forest Kayaking, which is on the Paravur Lake. Now, there are a lot of vendors organizing kayaking here. However, the most popular is the Mangrove Village Adventure Park. You will go through the mangrove tunnel, a canopy of mangrove trees and narrow canals. It can cost you anywhere between Rs 600 to 1000 depending on the season and the operator you do it with. Later in the video, I will tell you about few other kayaking places as well, but I personally think this one is the best. Ninth on the list is Ayurveda massages and yoga sessions. Varkala is very big on wellness, attracting people from India as well as across the globe. Yoga centers offer both drop-in sessions as well as proper teacher training courses if you want to master the practice. Similarly, you can choose to take one-off relaxing Ayurveda massage or go in for proper week-long or month-long retreats. Now, there are multiple centers offering yoga sessions and Ayurveda massages. However, these are my top 5 recommendations on the screen. The last in this category, and yet one of the most popular thing on everyone's itinerary, is the beautiful cafes. This list is so extensive that I've created a separate section later in the video where I will list top 14 cafes or restaurants to eat at across various cuisine. And now coming on to the second category with another 14 places to visit or things to do. Some of these will show up on people's itineraries and others will not. I will be listing down the places in ascending order of how far are they from Varkala. So starting with Black Sand Beach. It is a popular beach as well, particularly because of its black sand. But that isn't the case now. You rarely see the black sand anymore. When we went, only a small section of the beach actually had black sand. But I have to admit, even that gave it a different vibe and feel. Right next to the black sand beach is Varkala Aquarium. It is situated in a 3-story building with a spiral staircase with marine species placed along the walkway. The aquarium hosts lots of exotic species and can be quite educational, especially for the kids. You can also get good views of the cliff and Arabian Sea from the top floor. Next on the list is National Center for Performing Arts. The center is well built and aesthetic. It showcases various traditional and contemporary performances, from classical dance and music to modern theater. It even hosts the popular Kalari Payattu martial arts. You will have to check the ongoing performances and timings at the theater itself. Next on the list is Odayam Beach. It is on the other side of Black Sand Beach and is not as frequented. So if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the North Cliff, Odayam Beach is a good escape. You will find a couple small cafes to eat at as well. Another beach which is relatively quiet and you can have a nice time at is Aliyarakkam Beach. It is at the other end of Varkala, at the edge of the South Cliff. It is quite peaceful and you can really chill at this beach. We definitely had the best time there. And this brings me to a very interesting activity, paramotoring. It happens at Aliyarakkam Beach itself. It is a thrilling activity offering the bird's eye view while gliding over the cliffs and the Arabian Sea. It will cost you about Rs 4,000 for a flight of 10 minutes. You can contact the following two organizers for the same. Next up is Idava Beach. Located just a short drive from Varkala, beach is popular for surfing in the early mornings. Other than that, a decent few resorts are situated on the cliff above. But beyond that, this beach is not as frequented and more on the quieter side of things. Next on the list is St. Sebastian's Pilgrim Church. This beautiful church is known for its impressive architecture and serene atmosphere. If you are someone who likes to visit churches every once in a while, then you will love your time here. 19th on the list is Enjengo Lake. It is also known as Anchan-Thingu Kayal or the Golden Island. The lake itself is beautiful and the island at the center has a Shiva and Parvati temple on it. You can do various activities like kayaking, safari boat ride or shikara. The costs for the same are on your screen. Nova Boat Club and Shiva Kayaking and Boating are the two major operators that you can do these activities with. Very close to the lake is Enjengo Fort. Also known as Anjan-Thingu Fort, it was one of the first British settlements in Kerala under the British East India Company. Today, the fort is in ruins. However, you can take a stroll and enjoy a good view from here. Next to the fort, the view from the lighthouse is even better, with the fort in the foreground and sea in the background. Next on the list is Kaveri Elephant Park, a unique attraction where you can interact with elephants, feed them or take a ride. Other than that, there are lots of birds and small animals, and there is a kids park as well. Overall, families with kids will have a fun time. Next up is Thanni Beach. It will be the most offbeat beach amongst all the beaches you have seen in the video. Prime reason for that is to reach here you will have to venture a decent bit along the coastline from Varkala. Thanni Beach has the sea on one side and backwaters on the other. It is a good spot for a peaceful sunset. Next spot on the list is Sri Sarkara Devi Temple. Dedicated to the Bhadrakali Devi, the temple is quite important in the local community. The temple is well built and celebrates various festivals throughout the year. The last spot on this list is Munro Island. It is the farthest spot on the list, located at the confluence of Ashtamudi and Kallada River. Munro Island is a cluster of islands known for its scenic beauty and traditional Kerala village life. Visitors can do kayaking, enjoy boat tours, explore narrow canals, and witness coir making, amongst other traditional activities. By the way, we have made a downloadable travel guide with all the information you will find in this video and some other information like itineraries, etc. for your easy access. The details to download the guide are at the end of this video. The next section will sort out your worries about where you should stay in Varkala. From budget stays to luxury hotels, I will be giving you quite a few options. Let me start with 6 budget options. They are Zostel Varkala, Barefoot Hostels, Soul Hostels, Beacho Beach by Shivani, House of Surf by Triprite, which is a women-only hostel, and Molly's Hostel, which may just be the cheapest on the list, and despite that, the hostel is spacious amongst nature and even their common area is peaceful. In the comfortable range, again, there are 6 options to choose from. Kaskara Beach Resort, Mango Villa, Kaiframe Beach Resort, Devi Kripa Residency, Varkala Marine Palace, Leisure Valley Beach Resort. Almost all of these properties offer you a beach view. On the higher end of things, following 6 options are the best. Skylar View, Bikanti Boutique Beach Resort, Sajoy's Varkala, Sunview Beach Resort and Spa by Citrine, Magnolia Guest House Varkala, Gateway Varkala IHCL selections. As for some cool AirBnBs, check out these properties. Sea-facing luxury A-frame with private plunge pool, tropical private pool villa only for couples, and Villa Aksa. Upcoming sections in this video include best places to eat, how to commute around Varkala, budget for a 3-day trip, and some important FAQs. Starting with the best places to eat in Varkala, and believe me, there is no shortage of recommendations in that department. If you want budget restaurants offering South Indian food, you can go for Suprabhatam or Vinayaka. On the North Cliff side, with all its hustle and bustle, almost all the cafes offer great views and ambience. If you want continental food, go for Cafe Italiano, Cafe Del Mar, or Ebba Restaurant. Trattorias are Little Tibet for Tibetan and Chinese, Darjeeling Cafe for North Indian cuisine, God's Own Country Kitchen for seafood and local cuisine, and Bindu's Cafe for a good cold coffee. Inda Cafe does not offer the views, but it definitely offers the vibe, and I had my best meal at Inda Cafe. On the southern side of the cliff, the things are a little more quiet, less crowd and more chilled out vibes. Cafe Sarva and Trip is Life would be my top recommendations. The food is top notch and the vibes even better. You can also go for Green Pepper, which will be a bit more budget friendly. And if you love your hotel room too much and want to order in, Swiggy and Zomato are available in Varkala. Varkala is a very small town. Small enough that if you are staying near the North Cliff, you can pretty much hike your way around beaches and cafes. However, you will have to sort out transportation for a few things. Like if you're going to a beach which is far enough, visiting the temples, the Jatayu Earth Center, kayaking, surfing, etc. Buses may not be readily available to all these locations and most likely will not suit your timing. You can use auto rickshaws, but going longer distances will have two problems. Either they wouldn't be willing to go as far, or they will charge you a lot. If you're in a position to get your own vehicle to Varkala, then do that. It will allow you to move based on your time and convenience. The next best option would be to rent a bike or a car. I would recommend that you go for bike rentals given the narrow roads of Varkala. A scooter like Activa will cost you about Rs 500 per day, and a car like Swift will cost you about Rs 1300 per day. Bike rentals are as follows on your screen. For car rentals, you can check with Unnikannan, that is in Varkala. Otherwise, the closest option would be Sach Carz in Kollam, about 40 kilometers away from Varkala. They do offer pickup and drop services in Varkala at an additional cost. Alternatively, you can also go for taxi rentals, which will cost you about Rs 2500 per day. The details are on your screen. As for taxi hailing apps like Uber and Ola are not available in Varkala. Now the section you have all been waiting for, the budget for a Varkala trip. I'm calculating the budget for one person traveling solo on a comfortable budget for 2 nights and 3 days. Stay in a hotel about Rs 700 per day, food about Rs 1000 per day, bike rental Rs 500 per day. Depending on what activities you do and how many times you do it, the cost for activities can vary quite a bit. I'm taking an average of Rs 2000 for an entire trip. Jatayu Earth Center and Ropeway will be approximately Rs 600, which will bring the budget for a 3-day trip to Varkala close to Rs 8500. If you travel in a group, the expenses can obviously be shared and the budget can be brought down. Now, coming on to the last section of this video, some important frequently asked questions. What is the best time to visit Varkala? Best time to visit Varkala is post-monsoons and during winters, that is during October to February. March to June will be too hot, and July to September the beaches are generally inaccessible or stormy due to rain. What is the ideal trip plan and safety in Varkala? Your typical Varkala trip plan could be of 2 nights and 3 days. However, if you're able to, I would recommend that you make it 4 days and enjoy activities like surfing and kayaking. The place is a heaven for backpackers and solo travelers, and you can even undertake your workation from here. It is also safe for solo female travelers due to good connectivity, tourism infrastructure in place, like-minded community of tourists, and respectful locals. At the north side of the cliff, you will see hustle and bustle until 11 p.m. Varkala is ideal even for families because of easy accessibility to all the beaches and cafes serving all types of cuisines. What are some of the things that you should keep in mind while going to Varkala? Avoid Varkala during monsoons. Make sure to carry proper sun protection. It gets really hot. Do not miss the local food. It is delicious. Avoid plastics. Instead, carry and refill your own bottle. Don't drink and drive. Avoid littering. Respect the locals and travel responsibly. If you found all of this information useful but feel like that you should have noted it down, don't worry. We have made your job easier by creating an offline ebook digital version of this video with some additional sections like illustrated maps, properties with direct booking links, month-wise temperatures, Google Map links for places to visit and cafes, and pre-built day-wise itineraries to choose from. You can buy this guide from our website, both as a hard copy or in a PDF format. Link is in the description. Also, you can buy our cool everyday minimal design t-shirts from our website. Link is in the description. Please note, your purchases help us in making more videos like these across India. That's it from this video. Join our Discord server where we will be answering all your queries related to Varkala. Also, you can interact with other travelers who've been to Varkala or are planning a trip soon. Follow us on Instagram to see live updates and reels from our trips. And I will see you in the next video. But before you go, make sure to subscribe and like this video. It helps a ton in growing our channel. Goodbye.